Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. If you're just joining us, our focus this morning has been on human trafficking. In the U.S., as many as 300,000 children are forced into prostitution and child pornography each year. Data from 2015 showed a 17% increase in the number of human trafficking cases handled right here in Wisconsin and an increase of 24% nationwide. In Wisconsin, prosecutors, police officers, social workers, victims advocates, educators, and other professionals like my guest today have begun meeting as a task force to address eradicating modern-day slavery. I've been joined today by Dr. Debbie Lassiter. She is the founder and CEO of Convergence Resource Center, and I'm happy to welcome to this segment Ms. Danise Harris. She is HSTSI Facilitator and a survivor advocate. Welcome back. And hi, Danise.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you for being here. And it's really important for you to be here because I think when you have individuals who are willing to share their story, that makes all the difference in the world, because maybe if there's someone out there that's going through it, then you serve as an example that they can get past whatever it is they're dealing with. So appreciate you being here. So I'm first of all interested in you kind of giving us an idea of your journey and how you did get to where you are today.
Okay, well, I could start off I was a runaway.
Mm-hmm.
I was a runaway due to the fact that I was being molested at home at an early age. And wasn't no trust, love, I could say a very dysfunctional family. I was molested by a family member. Mm-hmm. So as a little girl at the age of 14, I decided to run away, not knowing when I ran away where I was going to. And I wound up in this restaurant, and that's where the trafficker was at. Mm-hmm. I was tired, sleepy, hungry, wanted somewhere to stay, not knowing that the first day that man invited me to his house, that I had to perform the way that I performed. So he got me, I got involved into sex trafficking. He tattooed me. He beat me for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Mm-hmm. Nothing that I could do was satisfying for him. Now I'm 14.
Just a baby.
Not knowing,
yeah.
You know, and why I stayed in so long, because, like I said, there wasn't no love at home. And then the fear, because he would beat me and he would take me to different hospitals, you know, not the same hospital. I would go to different hospitals. So I couldn't get a chance to tell the nurse. And then I didn't know nothing back then because, like I said, I was fear. Mm. I was scared. And that's who I felt like I was in love with. That's who I thought.
Yeah.
A father figure. You know, I was looking for a father figure. I didn't have a father figure. So I was looking for that. And the man, like I said, the man would beat me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He would also leave me in the bathroom and go do his job and come back. He also, whatever this man told me to eat, that's what I had to eat. I didn't have a decision on my own. I couldn't decide nothing on my own. I tried several times. I got involved with drugs and alcohol.
Just to kind of numb all of the things that you had to deal with on a daily basis, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when we look at that, all of that you endured as a woman, or a little girl, I should say, yeah. I mean, how did you get away from that? And you are obviously very strong today to be able to, one, share that story, and two, join an organization to be able to help others. What got you right here?
I'm gonna tell you, and I always have to put God. Yeah. You know, God had a plan for me. Mm-hmm. He really did, because I could have been dead several times. But what got me involved, I got away because he got murdered. And once he got murdered, that was my opportunity to run.
Okay.
But I took the lifestyle with me. You know, I didn't get the help. The help back then wasn't available, I guess. Mm-hmm. It probably was, but I didn't know nothing about it. you know.
Because it wasn't something that people talked about openly either.
Because
yeah.
what goes on back then I was from, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And I came from a large family. Now, who to trust? Mind you, I wasn't raised by my mother.
Okay.
So the streets raised me. And I got to the point where I knew something, and like I wasn't one of them kids that graduated from high school. So I wasn't educated. I was streetwise. I wasn't educated till later on. I did receive my high school diploma at 47.
You go, girl.
I suffered through a lot of physical pain due to what I went through. And I went to this seminar about prostitution a while back. And I got involved with a couple of women. And I was at a brainstorm, if I could remember. And that's where I met Dr. Debbie at. It was at a brainstorm. I was speaking at this brainstorm at this church. And they had a lot of support. You know, I tried to get the support, but it didn't work for me.
Okay.
It didn't work for me. So when I found out about Convergence Resource Center, the trauma, the 101 Triumph, the classes and the support that they had there was available and free.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like
No, but that's important.
Yeah.
Because then there's no barriers for you. You're able to just walk in the door. You already know they understand and they're there to help you. So that's really what it's all about. And so how important is it for you to be able to have someone like Danise who's willing to share her story to help other people? Because like I said, when you have victims who are living in certain scenarios, they have a tendency to listen to people who know and who have been there, right?
I would say any organization that plans to work with survivors or is currently working with them, the best tool in your toolbox is to have a survivor.
Yeah.
Not fresh out of the game though. Someone that has gone through some training and worked on themselves a bit, which Danise has worked tremendously on herself. She credits us, but she did the work.
Absolutely.
We were just there, and she, you know, she does a lot now to help young girls through a program she runs at the center called SYNC, and I'll let her talk a little bit about that. But
Okay.
I would say it is absolutely important to have someone and to have a person not only that has gone through the life, but that has also gone through the healing process.
Yeah.
Because we re-victimize people by putting them out there too early.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
they hurt themselves. And then we have to try to help them recover.
Okay.
You know, and so that's very absolutely important to us.
Well, before we run out of time, we have a scenario where you guys go and you talk to lawmakers to help them better understand what it is we're dealing with out here in our communities. And then I would love for you to tell us about your program that you do within Convergence Resource Center.
Okay, my program called SYNC. It's called Soulless Youth Network Center. And it comes on, where they come there Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 5. We have different peoples with different job labels to come and do presentation. And what I'm looking for, what I'm aiming for, because I didn't have that opportunity to keep the girls on the positive ramp, you know, to give them hope. And that's what we do. We have, and at the end of the, we started, the program started Tuesday. Okay. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 5. You can go on our website to get more information, and our telephone number's on there. But so far, this is the 3rd year, and I'm excited because it's expanding.
Okay.
It's growing.
And hopefully, just by you all being able to talk to different mediums, whether it be radio, television, whatever the case, it helps spread the word and more people understand that there are places like Convergence that are there to help them and to give them the resources they need in order to be who they were intended to be. And you are a perfect example of that. And I love the positivity and just the willingness to share your story to really help make a difference. So may God continue to bless you both in what you're doing. I know it's not easy, and we can talk about this all day because there's a lot to it, but you are welcome to come back here and keep us up to date with this fight, because this is not just a fight for the streets. This is a fight for everyone because, like you said earlier, this is a situation that does not discriminate, doesn't care what color you are, what background you come from, your income, age, none of that matters. So thank you both.
Thank you so much for having us, and we'll come back anytime.
Thank you. Dr. Debbie Lassiter is the founder and CEO of Convergence Resource Center, and Danise Harris, she's an HSTSI facilitator and survivor advocate. For more information on anything that we've discussed today, you can visit their website at convergenceresource.org, and their support line is again 414-797-3047, and you can call them Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, I thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at Our Issues Milwaukee. Have a great day.